Shea. Back to Wiggins. Off balance. Wiggins takes the contact. Brunson had nowhere to go with the pass. Wiggins again. Oh my! Shea bounces left hand. What a scoop and score! And then Shea continues to.
OKC beat the Knicks last night 117-107 in a very competitive game that went down to the wire. Let's talk about it. OKC on the season. They are 7th in offensive efficiency. They're 1st in defensive rating. This is the best defensive team I've seen maybe ever, honestly. Highest net rating in the league. We know that. It's at 12.1 right now. And what's scary about this whole thing is, obviously, Chet's only played 10 games. He hasn't even been around for the bulk of this. No Caruso. He's been out with that hip injury. But doing this while shooting as poorly as they have from three, they're 20th in three-point percentage, is such an impressive thing from a team. And just watching this game, you know that you're going to get just incredible defensive displays from every Thunder player. And you get the 33 points from Shea, you get 20 from J-Dub, and then you get those 19 points from Aaron Wiggins. 15 of those come in the fourth quarter. He was the story of the fourth quarter. 5 for 5 from the field. He goes 4 for 4 from 3. Just in the nick of time. Like right when they really need to go on that run, Aaron Wiggins answers the bell, hitting huge 3 after huge 3. And meanwhile, you get Brunson with those 22 points, 9 of 23 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3 with those 3 turnovers as well. It's not a fun time to be a guard against OKC. These guys, Jalen Brunson operating in pick and rolls. He calls for a screen. He's got Lou Dort on him, right? That just takes an insane amount of energy to get past this guy. He's bumping you. He gets people frustrated. He's very physical. He has just a ton of energy, has such great technique as a defender, just always in your vicinity, always in the right place. And you finally get by him, and switching on to you is maybe a Case in Wallace, who, yeah, smaller frame, definitely not as strong as a Lou Dort, but this is another dog just not giving up any ground on you. And it may be Case in Wallace switching on to you, or a Jalen Williams switching on to Brunson, and it's just like, what do we do, right? Like, where is the advantage when you call for these screens? And obviously the answer would be you try to get Hartenstein into those pick and rolls. But Hartenstein, OKC does a really good job of just having him kind of blitz and just sprint back as quickly as possible. But they just have guys in great position to help recover in those scenarios. And there was a play out there where, Hartenstein, he blitzes it, and then he kind of runs back, and he's able to just kind of get really low on one of those Brunson passes to the slip, and he's able to just kind of deflect it, grab the steal. And it's just a testament to this team's defense. It's been awesome to watch. It's almost like there's no team that this team can't stop. And it's really going to come down to, can they deal with some mediocre shooting performances? And their defense is so good that I think the answer is yes. These guys are just able to stop anyone they want. And you have an engine in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who can literally carry your team. You have J-Dub who can definitely take that assignment, right? He can definitely take that job from time to time. Alongside Shai, or while Shai's on the bench. And then, it's whoever else shows up. They've got just a bunch of guys that can come in, fill a role, score 18 points. It's ridiculous. I've talked about how stacked this team is many times. It's not news. It's definitely beating a dead horse at this point to talk about OKC's depth. And I think the more important thing here is the fact that Chet isn't even here yet, and this is the best defensive team in the league. And I think that it's going to be interesting. There's definitely going to be a kind of adjustment period when Chet gets back out there, because you start to think, okay, is it going to be Chet and Hartenstein at the same time? Like, what's going to be the formula for Mark Daigneault? Is he going to take Hartenstein back to the bench? Or does he like what he sees out of Hartenstein? Or maybe it's just going to be a play it by ear right? By matchup, where it's like, okay, cool, we're playing the Nuggets. Maybe we need a little more size. We can run the Chet Hartenstein combination, right? You're playing a team like the Timberwolves. Maybe you want to run that combination. It's going to be interesting. They're definitely going to have more ways to solve problems. And it's crazy to think that they're going to get better when Chet comes back. So OKC, last night's game was awesome. Definitely a showing of this team is on the trajectory of getting to the finals. And their next game is going to be another test for them. They're going to play the Boston Celtics on Sunday, and it's going to be a 3:30 game. I think I see it. Yeah, it's going to be at 3:30. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's going to play. Don't know about Kristaps, but last night was a reminder of just everything we've seen this season from OKC. And I can't wait to see Chet come back into the mix because that's going to really make things interesting. Looking like an unstoppable force, and we'll see what the rest of the season looks like for these guys.